Hello everybody, I'm Tim Blair. This is the Clay County Times-Democrat video web update brought to you by Piggott State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, serving the community since back in 1930. Well, this week we come to you for the August 8th edition, 2014, and we come to you from a familiar location under the pine tree at the corner here in front of the old stage at the Clay County Fairgrounds in Piggott, which has been serving as the fairgrounds since back in 1935. And we had a big announcement by the Fair Board this week. All the information is in this week's print edition of the Clay County Times-Democrat, as they'll be bringing in Crescent Amusements of Slidell, Louisiana, to set up a carnival during this year's fair, which is set for September 10th through the 13th. All the details are available in this week's print edition. We'd also like to remind you we have all the information on the recently completed Greenway Picnic to benefit the Mitchell Cemetery, and including all the pageant photos in this week's edition. Also have a story on Teresa Roof announcing as a candidate for mayor of Rector, and of course all the municipal filings up to this week that have taken place here in Clay County. Also, of course, I have the Meet the Minis, or Minis Meet the States tour. A bunch of minis came through. We've got all the information in this week's paper. A nice visit with some folks from California as well that were taking part in that. And also, of course, we have all your back-to-school information for both the students in Rector and Piggott available in this week's edition of the paper as well, including updates on fall sports practice and our latest entry in the folks that are being inducted into the Rector High School Sports Hall of Fame, and this week's edition will feature Don Cinco. All available in this week's edition of the Clay County Times-Democrat. Encourage you to pick up a copy today. Now, we're going to be trying to get caught up on some of our clips. We still have a lot to share with you from the summer, and right now we're going to have part one of our coverage of the Piggott 4th of July picnic and parade here on our video web update. Part two coming up next week.
Turn back around and face the judges. Okay, number 13, you can go ahead and lead them off the runway and just line She enjoys doing pageants, fishing, and playing softball. Her plans for the future are to become an anesthesiologist.
We'll get you some beans. Milk maker? I bet Brandon's regret wearing that for
I have been privileged to be your state senator over the past 8 years. I want to continue to be your state senator over the next 4. I've got 3 things that I've worked on and I want to continue working on in the Arkansas State Legislative surplus. We have balanced our budget consistently over the past 10 years. We're one of only 4 states that has a balanced budget.
Another excuse to live alone. And there's a wall sitting here between us, and that's all. It's giving you from freedom.
$20 we 20 and 15 20 15 20 now 25 now $30 we 30 now 35 we 35 35 we get 35 you do it 35 35 $30 now 30 35 now $40 we 40 to 35 40 now 45 you're out Trent 45 you do it 4 now 5 you gotta be 5 now 4 5 we get 5 to the board here now $5 we get 5 we get 5 sell it for $4 very more get your $19 we 19 18 $19 we 19 with 18 here $19 we 19 18 and 19 $18 19 sell it your way for $18
now 45 on it. And now some of the half on it. I got 45. Now 47 and a half. 47 and a half. 47 and a half. I would if I was you, ma'am. 47 and a half. Thank you. Now 55. 55. $55. $55. $55. You think long and you'll think wrong. Get up in the morning time, you'll say, boy, I wish I had that lamp to look at. You want to get $55 for it.
Thank you, contestant number 6. Contestant number 7. Contestant number 7 has blue eyes and brown hair. She says her favorite thing to do is show her cows and ride her four-wheeler.
And again, next week we'll have part 2 of that. More clips from the big festivities, including fireworks and so forth. So be sure to keep checking the website for that. And, of course, coming up in next week's edition, we'll also have more great news, information on the latest local meetings and everything you would come to expect, including our great columns in the paper. And we encourage you to pick up a print edition of the paper today. Also like to remind you the new Piggott Community Guide is now out and available. We had a lot of fun putting that together and think you'll enjoy it. A very informative little publication on the community, and we think you'll enjoy that. We encourage you to pick up a copy of that as well. And with that, we wrap up another edition of the Clay County Times-Democrat Video Web Update, brought to you here on cctimesdemocrat.com by the good folks of Piggott State Bank. And until next time, I'm Tim Blair reporting.